All right, this that little coffee cup. Hit it for a subscribe and like it, and here we go again. All right, today we're going to do the full thing on the Pavoni Europiccola. It's the classic machine, and all these people have been doing, you know, their videos on them, but do they really even use them? They just kind of get some stuff, and you know, they're all salesmen and stuff like that. But this is the real show, and we're going to really do the machine like it really is. This is the beautiful pre-83 model. I've redone this one a couple times. It has the 1-2 switch with the white border, so it's really classic. And yeah, it's a beautiful machine. These work in the simplest way. You know, I've tried all the fins and, you know, all those little things that people like to do. Yeah, I've gone the other way back to the roots because I realized that, as you can see if you watch my video 9 Minutes to Glory, it doesn't take that much, and all these things are maybe just confusing a simple, pure procedure that makes a great espresso, and you're trying to do a simple, pure espresso, and you're trying to do too much, right? You're trying to make it into a machine that's different, but these are meant to be flowing. These are, you know, like an artistic machine where you get a fill and feel that lever and how it feels, and that's the whole thing about them. If you wanted a push button machine, you just push your button and there it goes. You know, that's a whole different thing, and nothing wrong with that. And if you like all those weights and mixing your water and you're going to do all that stuff, it's going to take you like hours to make an espresso, then you're going to be overly critical and not really allow the machine to make the espresso the way it's supposed to. So anyway, this is my I call this machine Miss Candido. It's a nice white machine. I redid the base. I just added the little rubber base here, an aftermarket one, because the original black rubber base is leaving marks and it's not working that good. So this is a great machine. You have your sight glass here. I have it full to about right there. That's where your water goes. On this one I do have a gauge. Even though the gauge doesn't really do anything, it shows you the pressure, but you can't really affect anything on this machine with that. It just looks neat, and it's nice to see. It's fun to see, and you can kind of see if your machine's at the right temperature. But the little spring unit here, especially on these old machines, works like a dream. You know, all these newer machines, people are hitting them and wooden things and getting it to work. But if I had a newer machine, I would change it all back to this old pre-mill pressure release. I really would, because it works so much better than all these siphon and those new ones. They have kind of a wimpy spring and all that stuff. So yeah, this is a great machine, and I just filled it. We're using nice filtered water now. It's one of these Berkeys. It's a really good one. Not real expensive, a little bit expensive, but God, it's well worth it. We're saving so much plastic, and we're not hauling that water home, and yeah, we feel better about everything. This is so easy to use. It makes a perfect little water for the espresso machine. So when you start them up, you flick them on. As you can see, simple on the 2. So we'll bring it up to full heat, and you'll see what it takes to do this machine. It's not bad. And this is my squeak. There we go. And then this is the machine I use a lot. We made this on the show earlier, but this is the stripped down model. There's no frills on this whatsoever. There's no gauge. It's just how it came. But I've painted the base, and we made this from this boiler I had because I liked the way it looked. So actually this machine was created from this base. And it's all in the era. 2 switch. We had to use the black switch because the white switches go out. I do have one more, but same operation. But yeah, this machine works as good as any of the fancy ones I've ever put together. So we'll go ahead and we'll let this one heat up, and we'll do our coffee on there, and we'll go ahead and put some water in this. I'll show you how we do that. It's pretty simple. I just, these have the sight glass. You can see the water goes in there. I luckily found this pitcher that's like from an old restaurant water pitcher, but it's really cool. Stainless steel, super thick. Really works like a dream. Water comes out. I tested it. It comes out like nearly perfect. all this RO and pre-mixing is just getting a little too crazy. But get a really good water filter of some type and filter your water, and and that's the way it is. I've used a lot of different waters. We lived on catchment, which is some nasty water. Roof catching water is like totally acidic and it goes bad quick, but just get yourself some good water. You don't need to do all this crazy stuff, but just get a good filter, which will help you out in the day. And you can see where the water is about right there, so you can see is the water, and you just bring it up near the top, and you'll be good. Voila! So we're going to do that one too. So we're going to pop this one on too. Let's just heat both these up, and I'll prepare the portafilters. We're going to go bottomless on here. This is one of the ones with the curved bottom that I'm only using the smaller basket. The big baskets won't work effectively in there. And then I'm going to use this one so it kind of matches. But we can use a big basket in this. So I've gone in other videos because it has a flat bottom. It won't have any run up the handle. But there we go. I'll prepare these. And then we'll make a couple espressos. All right, there we go. You can hear this Candido heats up a little quicker. And we're just going to go ahead and let her settle down. Then we also have, I call this machine simplicity, because it's so simple, but I really like the way this works, and we're going to see them both go here. Got a little overhead cam, and yeah, it's going to be epic. This one should hit steam here in a second. I'm going to do a video so you can, there we go. We'll bring her on down here. Basically, and you can see from the other videos, you just do a nice even lever raise, because that's what it's all about. And all the fun starts. Every one of them's a little different. Miss Candido's a little stiffer than this one, but they're all pretty much the same. And yeah, they're really a great little machine. You'll see that. Usually I wait for a drip. Sometimes it takes a little while, but I don't count the time. It's a little too crazy. And yeah, we'll just let these kind of pre-infuse a second or two, a little bit. And we'll kind of drip down, and then we'll go from there. And we'll see how the pulls do on these babies. Stress. If you have it come out a little to the side, you just increase the pressure and it'll center out like that. I don't do a bunch of shots. These are just the ones. There's no rehearsing them. So you're going to see really how these work in real time, and a beautiful shot. We didn't have to do any weird stuff. Don't have to worry about anything, and watch this. Yeah. Once again. So anyway, I've pulled probably, I did the math on it, or an estimated, so it's probably about, it's almost 29,200 is my estimate that I pulled, all exactly the same. Beautiful little coffee. Let's just move this one back here. And then you can see Miss Candido here. We'll go ahead and pull on there. This one's ready. We got a drip. There we go. Let's see if this one can, nice and stiff from the first part of the pull. Same thing's going to happen. Don't worry about it. If you see a little side drip, sometimes you get a good flow, but if you increase the pressure, just that tiniest bit, you can see, look, it coincides, and we're going to watch this one too. Are they going to be pretty much exactly the same? Probably. There we go. Look at that. So we have two beautiful shots. One right there, and one right there. Same thing. That's all you need to do. So the La Pavoni Europiccola. It's a great machine. Off. Once you make your coffee, turn them off. You don't need to leave them on. You don't need to turn them, you know, if you have to have a machine, turn them on and off, and you got to concentrate more. But yeah, there they are. Look at those babies. Nice amount of crema. 2 beautiful shots. Now we're going to have those as coffees, and yeah, you can't beat it. Look at that. That's a beautiful machine and a beautiful coffee, and that's how you do it. And simplicity, no gadgets, nothing whatsoever, makes us just as good a coffee as this one that just has a gauge, really. So yeah, Europiccolas. They're the way to go. They're totally good. I put a long cord because where I live, sometimes you don't have an easy, there's usually older houses, so we don't have all these plugs maybe that other people have. But yeah, there we go. Hey. The beautiful La Pavoni, and that's how to really do it. It's a simple machine, simple operation, grind fine, tamp light, simplest thing in the world. Heat on 2. If you're going to steam milk, I usually do it when I'm in the beginning on 2. I didn't steam any milk today. And that's probably it. And the other thing is, turn it off right after your coffee. You don't need to leave it on. They're not really meant to sit and stay warm like if you had a big expensive machine that's plumbed in that you can leave on, that water always fills and all that. That's a whole different thing. These are a flow machine. They're, you know, they're a beautiful little machine, and they're meant for the hands-on like we just did. Funnest thing in the world. I mean, how good is that? Look at those babies. So that's how to do it. And yeah, you don't need a lot of these gadgets. It's fun to get them. And all these people have all these theories, but there we show you. Simplicity, simplest way to go. Grind fine, tamp light, heat on 2, down to 1. Make your beautiful espresso. It'll come out perfect. Then turn the machine off, right? And don't listen to some of these guys. They don't know what they're saying. They do, I'm just teasing. But anyway, there we go. Once again, we've done it, and we're going to have a big comparison video coming up with the sounds of all the machines, and we're also going to have one with Around the World starting, and the other project too. We're going to start that one, but we're going to build not from, like we did here, from a boiler, but we're going to build from a brew head and use that and create a machine from it. So, excellent.